Okay, hello everyone, welcome back. We're back here playing Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. This will be, I believe this is episode 5. This will be the 5th episode that I've recorded. I thought that I had saved the game at so that I would start it in the morning, and it seems that I did not. Let me sleep real quick. I apologize for wasting this first couple minutes here. Because my graphics are set pretty low, I know it makes it difficult to view what I'm doing when I do things during the nighttime part of the game. So I'm going to have my little ape sleep until morning, and then this way it'll make things a little easier for you guys to see. Okay, now let's go get some food and water. As I go through each episode and experience a little bit more of the game and describe things that I'm doing, I'm going to be describing and talking about what I'm doing in the game less. I'm not going to have to keep repeating the same things over and over again. Hopefully you've watched the previous episodes and you understand some of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. If you're looking for how-to videos, or videos that are basically telling you how to play the game and what you should and should not do, this gameplay, my videos are probably not for you then. I'm just going to be recording as I play and explaining some of the stuff as I learn it, but I'm not real interested in providing step-by-step how-to guides. Maybe at a future time I'll do that. Right now I've only had the game since I think I bought it on the 13th, and today is what is today, the 19th, I believe. I've only had the game about 6 days, and I've only played a number of hours. Gave myself a little stomach ache, a little bit of food poisoning with those berries, so I'm flushing my system out right now. And there it's gone. I'm still having a few issues. In my opinion, there are issues or problems with my ape becoming hung up or stuck sometimes when he's walking. When he or she is walking, I'll be walking through an area like this, for instance, and stones that I normally step right over or climb over, sometimes he'll just get stuck on them. So if you see me suddenly jump up in the air for some reason, if you're paying attention, you'll notice that it's probably because I got stuck on something. Coming out here to find something to eat. In a previous episode, I had mentioned that I could not understand why I eat the berries multiple times, and sometimes I get food poisonings or indigestion or a bad stomach, whatever they call it, and other times I don't. And what I think is happening is it's partly because I was not being very observant. I'm trying to move him around. Sorry, the camera's jerking all over right here. but I'm trying to move the camera so that you can see what I'm going to try to explain. See the berry the cluster of berries is currently highlighted. The color is a deeper, darker red, and then right above that, there's another cluster of berries that's lighter in color. I think, and again, I'm new to this. I'm very new to the game, so I don't have any or very little experience to draw on in playing this game. But I believe that the color of the berries indicates whether they're ripe or not ripe. And I think that's why I get the sick stomach. And I don't feel like testing it right this moment. I'm not going to eat that light colored berry cluster because if I get the sick stomach, the food poisoning, then I got to run back and drink some more water. And instead, I'd rather come out here and get some stuff done. I seriously need to start working on opening up some more neurons and acquiring XP, neuronal energy as they call it in this game. And I need to start exploring the world, my map. I've explored almost nothing, just this area up here around the clan settlement. And I haven't actually gone out here much at all. I went out to rescue the baby at the beginning. I climbed up there in the trees a couple of times. I recruited 2 new members to the clan, apes, hominids that had spawned up there in the trees. There seems to be a very, very large amount of that kapok fiber in this area. Hopefully there will be, as it'll be easy to find in other areas as well. It gives you a buff against bleeding, and although I haven't tested it yet, I also think that if you are bleeding, that you can run up in a tree, find one of those kapok fiber bundles, and use it to stop the bleeding. I haven't actually been attacked yet by an animal or any other creature, and so I haven't started bleeding yet. So I haven't had the chance to test that. But I presume that that's what would happen if I were bleeding. I could run up there, grab one of them, and use it to cauterize the wound, I guess, and it would stop him from bleeding. And actually, speaking of that, I guess it would be a good idea. It would be a good idea for me to go up here and to get 1 or 2 of those fiber bundles and put the buff on me. I do this a lot. I memorize something, a location of something, and then after I start moving through the trees, I forget which direction. I lose track of which direction it was in and where it was. I thought it was right up here. Oh, there it is below me. Oh, that was pretty stupid on my part. As I said before, I'm exceptionally not good at jumping through the trees here. Oh, that's funny. He won't climb up this branch. There he goes. And now I can't highlight this fiber thing to pick it up. I run into this a lot also, and I don't know if it's because of my graphics setting that's causing me to not aim very well, but I find this a lot where I am right on top of something and I have to constantly move back and forth, up and down, back and forth, over and over and over again, trying to get it to highlight. And it doesn't until I don't know what causes it to not highlight, and then a moment later when I'm in almost the exact same position, then it will highlight. But I'm not able to pick it up until I'm able to get it to highlight. I'll shut up and stop whining and complaining. I'm getting this buff for the bleeding because I plan to, after I'm finished with this, I plan on going down on the ground and doing a little bit of exploring down there in the jungle area, the area around the base of these cliffs, close to where I rescued the baby at the beginning, simply because I haven't, and I know that that is part of what we're supposed to be doing in the game. Well, that didn't work as planned. Lost the buff for the broken bones. But at least I didn't get a broken bone. Alright, we're down here. I might as well start looking around. I made a, excuse me, I made a granite grinder because I want to experiment. I want to find out if grinding that fiber will, that kapok fiber that I'm seeing up here in the trees. I know that when I grind the horsetail plant and make it into a paste, I get a stronger buff without having to eat or having to use as much of it. So I'm wondering if the same thing won't happen with this kapok fiber if I grind one of them, if it'll basically concentrate it a little bit. Let me see if I can find one. And apparently not. Okay, I hear something right there, but I don't know what it is. And since I'm on the ground, I'm going to presume that it is so I've discovered a green mamba. Oh, I intimidated it. It took off. That's good. I never did actually see it. I knew the question mark showed me that after smelling the area, I knew there was something down there that I could not identify, something I'd not seen before. But I'm sorry, I didn't smell it. I listened for it. And it gave me the question mark, so it was something I was... And there's something back here again. I can't get down off this tree. That's that green mamba that wants to bite me. I'm assuming that's what it wants. Should have brought a pointy stick with me. Maybe I could kill that mamba. It's probably not a smart thing to try. I hear footsteps. I don't know if you can hear them in the video. I hear what sounds like a pig. I know there are warthogs down here somewhere, so I'm going to assume that's what I'm listening to. And there's a question mark right there. It's moving around, so I'm going to presume that that's the warthog over there. Yep, there he is. You can barely see him. It's One thing I've not tried, I don't know if this is possible. It's 22:27 according to the clock there in the center of the screen, and it's 10:27. It's nighttime. It's dark. That's some weird noises. Is that my ape making those noises, or am I hearing another one in the trees here somewhere? Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know if I can sleep out here. If I was to find a spot up here in the trees, would I be able to go to sleep? Ah, there's a branch. I guess my ape is either thirsty or hungry or both or something. He's making some crazy-ass noises. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm wondering if I can sleep up here in a tree somewhere until morning rather than having to go all the way back to the settlement to one of my sleep pads each time I want to sleep. I grabbed this branch because if I'm going to encounter this warthog over here, I'm thinking that when I try to intimidate him, he'll be a little bit more impressed by my display if I've got a rock in one hand and a dead branch in the other. Now I don't see him. No, I can hear him. I hear footsteps too. In this direction. I'm going to drop that grinder and pick up just a regular rock. I I notice that when I dodge the animals, most times he drops whatever he's carrying. I still hear the footsteps of this warthog. And I wanted to whack on this stick a little bit, see if I could make it a pointy stick. Maybe I could use the pointy end of the stick to convince this warthog that he should go away. Well, I certainly hope that as time goes by and I learn a few more things, that I get better at doing stuff like this, because that took a heck of a lot of wax with that rock just to turn it into a makeshift pointy stick spear. And I hear the footsteps again. Mr. Warthog's coming back. But I can't see him. I can hear him I'm wearing headphones, and I can hear him very, very clearly in the headphones. It sounds like he's, as I spin the camera from left to right, I can change the sound, where the sound is coming from, trying to center it, and it seems that it's coming from right here, but I do not see. Oh, there he is. He's sitting down. I don't know if you can see this in the video. I'll move my head up. He's coming toward me. Okay. I now have a broken bone. It says I intimidated an African rock python while I was trying to intimidate the pig. And I now have a broken bone. You can hear my little 8-man, my monkey is moaning and crying. I think I'm going to put this rock down. Poor little guy's in pain. Now I'm going to feed him a little bit. I know the berries don't give a buff or have any medicinal things, but I thought he might be hungry. What I'm going to do now is make my way back. I hear the pig. I think that's him right there in front of me. And now I have a severely broken bone. I better get my dumb ass home, or at least back up to where I can get something to heal this broken bone. I know those red leaves. A cat plant was called cat. I think it's Khat up here at the top of the cliff. Pretty sure that's what I needed to repair the broken bone. See if I'm able to climb with a broken bone. Oh, that was kind of embarrassing. I got my ass handed to me by a pig. By a warthog. I think those red leaves, the plant with the red leaves was over here, if I remember correctly. And through the miracle of medicine, I've cured my broken bone by eating some red leaves. And that's special. I'm purposely trying to only highlight the darker red, brighter red berry clusters, and so far it seems to be working. I haven't got the sick stomach that I've been getting in the past. Before, I would just come up in front of the bush and just randomly grab them and eat them and not really pay attention. I broke my stick. Oh well, I need to get back here and sleep. I've been seeing that animation, the dark shadow things that come down from the top and the bottom of the screen toward the center. I've been seeing that over and over again while I was out there messing around with that with that warthog, so I know he's very tired. Again, I continue drinking the water, as I've said before, until that yellow flashing stops on the display in the center, the bottom center of the screen. Well, he's making his moaning and groaning again. I'm not sure what his problem is. Alright, this looks different. The last time I flipped the rock, I think it was basalt stones under there. This time it looks like some sort of blue mushrooms. And so I'm going to assume that if I eat these, since it's a new item, I'm most likely going to get a bad stomach from it. New food discovery, African blue roundhead fungus. The fungus is among us. Let me see if I can eat this and what happens. Yep, there's the sick stomach. I went ahead and ate multiple ones even after I knew from the first one that I had the sick stomach, because I do not know if by doing so if I'm building up a tolerance. Not sure exactly how that works. Put my stick down and go drink some water, flush my belly out. seems like these sticks break pretty easily. So I'm going to make another one, the sharpened stick. Put my rock back over here. I need to use up some of these neuronal energy points. As you can see, this center white circle has completely filled the bank, so I need to spend some of them. The range for detection of a sound source is increased. Oh, my ears work a little better. And range for a source of odor is increased. Now my nose works a little better. Acute stress response. Once connected, reaction time for both escapes and attacks will be increased. That definitely sounds like it could be useful. I've got 6 reinforcements, and right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I can reinforce. The speed of an environmental analysis will be greater. Well, I'm thinking I should go ahead and lock these in and change another generation. The last time I changed the generation, I stayed at that same clan settlement area there at the falls, the starter area where I started the game. On other YouTube videos and guides that I've been looking at, it seems to be kind of random that when you change a generation, when you advance a generation, when you're done advancing, you move forward 15 years in time, and other folks have said that they spawn at a new location, a new clan settlement. So I'm wondering if that's going to happen when I do this now. And I'm wondering if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I actually haven't really explored this area where I'm at very much. So I'm wondering if I should stay there and continue to explore it, because I don't know how hard it would be to come back to this area. Indecisions. Oh, the hell with it. Change generation. Let's go ahead and lock those in. I don't want to lose them. Let's see what happens. And I've seen this cutscene already, and I'm going to go ahead and skip it. Oh, I did stay in the same area. That's kind of a good thing, I think. Okay, so the elders that I had previously have all died. The adults that I had have all become elders, and the 6 babies I had are now 6 adults. So I've got to pair up adults, male and female pairs, and make some more babies. Single adult male. Let's switch over. Single adult female, and we'll groom. Okay, so these two have made their babies. Let me switch over to another single fertile adult. I was trying to groom this male. I don't know if you paid attention when I analyzed this one. It says it's an adult male. He's single. The name is Loj. Loj. I don't know how to pronounce that. L-O-J. But if you look to the right of that pop-up screen, pop-up window there, tooltip, whatever you want to call it, it says that family related. So these two, the one that I'm controlling and the one I just analyzed, they have the same parents. They're related, brother and sister, and I'm not able to groom him, so I'm not able to form a couple. Here's an adult male single, and I'm not related to this one, so we'll groom. And we'll Okay, so now I've got 4 babies. And now I'm controlling this ape here, Dak, adult female. She's single, fertile. I'm going to see if I have another adult male who is not already bonded with somebody. Okay, so now we're back up to 6 babies again. I still haven't developed a tolerance for mushrooms. Your clan members are able to automatically mimic an intimidation or the action of conquering fear. So that sounds like if I were to have a few of my clan members follow me when I go out exploring, and if I were to intimidate or try to intimidate an animal when it's in the vicinity or coming close, they would mimic it, and so we would possibly be able to intimidate it faster or have better results, because there would be multiple apes intimidating that animal rather than just me, just the one. I don't know if that's how it works. That's how I read it. So we'll see. Okay, I've learned everything that I can learn right now. Got some spontaneous mutations going. The lineage will have the capacity to better metabolize nutrients from various food sources. Oh, and these don't become active. I don't know if I pointed this out. You have to evolve. You have to do an evolution for these to become permanent and part of the lineage. This one and this one able to remember the position of one more item, so I can memorize more than just the one thing at a time. And this one, spontaneous. Oh, this one, the baby has to become an adult before I'll figure out or learn what exactly it is. It has something to do with increased intellectual capacities, getting a big brain. This one will become active or permanent after the next evolution. Special metabolism that consumes less energy while moving. So, in case I haven't talked about it in a previous episode, I've already showed you how to advance a generation. That's what I've done after getting the reinforcement points, using the reinforcement points to lock in these neurons that I've learned. But the other step that needs to be taken is the evolution. Let me roll out here a little bit. This is the screen that describes evolving, and I will leap many, many thousands of years ahead. And I'll be honest, I do not totally 100% understand exactly how that works. And so I'm not going to do it yet. Mostly because, as I said before, I don't feel I've pressed the wrong key again. I haven't fully explored this area where I'm at, and I want to explore it a little better before I get bounced off to the other side of the map to a new spawn location, to a new clan settlement. Because I do not know how that part of the game works when I evolve, and my understanding from watching other people's videos and reading through blogs and guides, my understanding is that when I evolve, I'm going to be shunted off to a new clan settlement area, and I don't know how far away I'll be, if I'll be able to. Oh, that's different. Okay, I've learned what the thorn bush is finally. I knew what it was basically by looking at it, and when I would examine it with the E, when I open up the the intelligence window, and then I would focus on it. I would get the question mark, but up until this point, I'd never been able to actually identify it and decide what it is. So apparently I had to evolve a little more, or my brain needed to be a little bit better educated before I was able to understand what it is. So now I'm going to see if I can carry some of these things back over here. And build a little barricade with the thorn branches. But I built one, just as an experiment, I built one over here with sticks. This doesn't seem to be very substantial. It doesn't seem like it would do much as far as stopping anything from coming in. If there was a, one of the big cats or something, some creature wanted to attack us, I don't think that little pile of sticks was gonna do much. I don't know how many of these thorn branch bundles I need to bring back before I'll be able to build a little barricade with them. I've brought 3 so far. This will be number 4. I had to bring 4 dead branches to the other pile to be able to build with that. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I messed up. If I was actually adding them. Yeah. The letter C to add to the pile. Okay, so I've put 4 in there so far, and I'm not getting the option to build anything. Possibly I don't know how to build a thorn barricade yet. Maybe that's something I need to learn. If I don't get the option to build after putting this 5th one on here, then I'm just going to wait, because I'm thinking, oh, there it is, E for start construction. Ah, there we've built a thorn bush wall. Oh, I wasn't aware of this. I get close enough to it to highlight it, and I get the option there on the left. Press the E key that I used to start the construction, and now on something that has been built, something that I have constructed, I now have the option to start deconstruction, so I can take things apart also. I wonder if the same holds true over here with this. Yes, I can take the stick wall down also. Well, like I said at the beginning, when I started the first couple episodes, I'm going to play the game, and you guys will just be kind of watching along as I stumble through the game and try to figure things out. I keep getting the bad stomach, the food poisoning or whatever it is when I eat these mushrooms. I'm wondering if the fact that I'm getting rid of it by running over to the water and drinking a lot of water to flush my system out, I wonder if that might be slowing down my progression towards building up a tolerance for them. I wonder if I let this run its course on its own without me flushing it out, if that wouldn't possibly help me build up the tolerance a little quicker. I don't know if I described what I was the idea that I had. I don't know if I described it correctly. I'm wondering if by flushing it out, if I'm missing out on the chance to build up a tolerance. Whereas if I was to just leave see, it went away on its own without me having gone back to drink a bunch of water. So I'm wondering now if I were to do that multiple times, eat the mushrooms, get the bad stomach, wait a little while, eat the mushrooms again, and each time let it run its course, if that wouldn't help me to build up the tolerance a little. I don't know. It sounds plausible. No, there's something. Don't know what that is up there. Well, I don't see anything that I'm highlighting. Oh, there it is up there. Let me memorize it so I don't have to go through this again. That's a green shiny rock. Precious stones. Emerald. I found an emerald. Carrying a precious stone gives courage when in fear of the unknown. Less dopamine is needed. Some precious stones also help to form couples or to convince an outsider to join the group. Well, I'll be damned. Learned something new there. That was cool. I actually haven't been up here before, so and as I said, that's what that was why I was not wanting to evolve. I know I haven't explored as much of this stuff as I should have. It's 2:30 in the morning and there's the moon. Using my sense of smell right now. I need to work on cracking coconuts. If you watched one of the other episodes, I was having some difficulty figuring out exactly how to open up the coconuts. I'm trying not to go to other websites or other people's videos and forum posts and blog posts and all that and look up information. I'm trying to just fumble through on my own. Okay, I'm going to leave my emerald there and hopefully nobody steals it. I don't know if they'll steal it or not. It's a precious stone. But anyway, as I said, I was having trouble trying to figure out how to poke a coconut, get it open. I'm pretty sure I can eat the coconut, the meat from the coconut, the flesh of the nut. And I also know that there's coconut water, the liquid in the coconut. So I've got to figure out how to open it so that I can either eat it or drink it or both. And so far I've not been able to do, well, actually I didn't really try much. I tried once in 1 or 2 episodes ago. Tried whacking it with a rock a few times. And that didn't seem to work so well. Oh, let's try again. See, if I alter it as I was just doing right there, let me switch the hands again. When I do this altering, where I'm using my empty hand and I'm basically ripping off the husk from the outside, the green part, I'm tearing that off. I figured that if I tore it off once or twice, then that would open it up enough where I should be able to drink the liquid inside. And so that's why I stopped and I was examining it. I was wondering if I was pulling off too much of the husk. See, I've exposed but when I examine it, I don't get anything. And I have no option to eat or drink or use it. Put it back in the other hand and continue altering it. I picked up a sharpened stick in my right hand, the hand that I would use to alter it, and I didn't have an option to poke it with the stick. Let me switch hands here. That's interesting. When I pick up the emerald, I now have an option to alter the coconut with an emerald. I don't know what that's about. It shattered that coconut. I know I tried using a piece of obsidian and didn't have any success. I used a piece of granite and didn't have any success. I know there's basalt out here. Switch hands, grab one. Because when I altered the granite, I got a grinder. It turned into a granite grinder. When I altered the obsidian, it became an obsidian scraper. So each type of rock becomes a different type of tool. So I'm thinking this basalt is going to become a third type of tool, and I just haven't figured out how to properly do it, how to properly alter it or create that tool yet. I hope I don't break my emerald. Oh, I broke the basalt. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Well, I've made something different because it's giving me that audio cue that I spoke about in the previous episode, and the little smoky tendrils. They switch hands and examine that. A basalt chopper. Okay, so now I've been able to make a granite grinder, an obsidian scraper, and now a basalt chopper. And when I hear the word chopper, now I'm thinking I'll be able to chop open a coconut. Unless there's a fourth type of rock that I haven't found yet, and I can make some other kind of tool. I want to go put my diamond down, my emerald down over here. Switch hands, drop that. Go back up here and get a coconut. No, there it is. I created something new. The coconut is smoking now, and I've got the sound. So let's examine that. There you go. A new food discovery, cracked cocoa. And now I have the option to alter it or drink. So let's drink the coconut milk or coconut juice, coconut water, I don't know what you call it. The liquid from the coconut. Assimilated nutrients from the cotyledon kind of food. And I got a buff. Oh, look at that, he's tired, he's yawning. It's the first time I've noticed that that animation there. I'm just going to hang on to this basalt chopper and the coconut. And I'm going to come over here and lie down. I thought I was going to lie down. Why didn't he? Oh, I guess when I have too many things in my hands, I put the coconut down here. Check my evolution. See what I've unlocked lately. Movement speed while carrying an item using both hands is increased. This one says the ability of moving on two legs can still grow more training is needed. And it also says a genetic mutation will also be needed. One of these spontaneous genetic mutations that happen in the babies. And I'm thinking that's the one right there, and I will not actually get to use that until I evolve. So I'm kind of locked behind this right here. This won't, none of this up here is going to happen, I guess, until I evolve. Automatic identification of non-threatening smells of the same species near the target is possible. The range for detection of the source of an odor is increased. I've got quite a few of these. What have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that could be reinforced, and then I could move through another generation advancement. So far, each time I've done this, after I've 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and I have to choose which of these. The ability to drop an item while moving, movement speed while carrying an item. Seems like I'm opening up a lot of stuff over here and not much over here yet. I'm going to go with this one to see if that opens some of this over here up. That's interesting. The ability to respond to a threat has the potential to be specialized as long as the threat is dodged a few times. And the ability to move with items can improve if dexterity is sufficiently developed, as the ability to respond to a threat. The ability to respond to a threat has the potential to be specialized, more training. The ability to respond to a threat can be specialized. So this over here sounds like these are things that I'm going to be able to train and grow if I go out and put myself in harm's way and interact with the predators and the warthogs and the snakes and all that. The development of motor skills generates a growth potential for the ability to build. More training is needed. I need to build some more stuff, I guess. The ability to intimidate can still be improved. Group intimidation skills can still be improved. So I need to start going out in a group. The ability to ask things from clan members can still be improved. I need to work on my communication skills, basically. So, I've locked in this stuff. Change the generation again. And again, I'm hoping I don't get moved. I want to stay where I'm at right now until I explore, and I did. Stayed in the same spot. Cool beans. And genetic mutation revealed. Let's open this up. Thought it said it brought me another one. Oh, this is the one that it became effective once the baby Lou, Lew, Lou, became an adult, but it won't become permanent and part of my genetic tree here until I do the evolution thing. And same thing with this one. Be able to remember the position of one more item or living being. We'll be able to remember the position of one more particular place. Okay, this is the new one over here. And this is less energy while moving. But again, as I said earlier, I'm not going to evolve for a while. I still want to go out here and do a bit more exploring. I was calling all the clan because it seemed like this area was kind of empty. I didn't see many apes hanging out here, so I wanted to make sure everybody was close to home and not out wandering around somewhere. So let me end my little expedition there. And I've been rambling on and talking and doing various things for quite a while. If you've looked at any of the previous episodes, you've probably noticed a trend. I'll say that I'm going to focus and I'm going to make a short video, and an hour and a half later I finally stop and then upload it. I've been uploading some really long episodes, and the suggestion has been made to me that I should make them shorter because people don't like watching long, boring videos that are just random stuff with no actual plan. But that's just the way I play, so all I can say is get over it. So hopefully people will continue to watch, and I'm not driving people away with my play style and with the way I'm recording and then what I'm talking about and all that. So anyway, I'm going to sleep. It's noon, a few minutes after noon. I think I'll sleep until 3, 4 o'clock. That saves the game. And now I'm going to exit out, and thank you guys for watching. Please like the videos. Please subscribe to the channel to help grow the channel and pass the word around to anybody else you know who might be interested in watching the videos. Send them the links or whatever. Again, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Be safe out there, and I'll see you next time.